Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Happy September. I can't believe it's already September, and I know people are like, September 1st is fall. I don't really know where I fall in that. Like, I am excited for fall. I feel like in the last couple of years I've like started to like fall more. Like, I really like summer because I am cold all the time, that I like being hot and I like the warmth of summer, but I also like the slightly cooler temperatures of fall. But I was in a grocery store yesterday and there were like hats and gloves and I was like, no, not ready for that. So let me know how you feel. But today I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite things from the month of August. And I feel like I don't have a ton to talk about this month. My husband and I were house sitting for 2 weeks, so it kind of felt like August went by really quickly because we weren't at home for part of it. And it's not like we were still really far away, like it wasn't a vacation or anything, but it just like, I feel like not being at home made the month go a lot faster. So I have entertainment, a YouTuber, food, and a priceless category, and then also a beauty that I added at the last minute. So without further ado, let's get started. So starting with entertainment, I read at least 3 books this month, and in August. One I'll probably talk about next month because otherwise it's just like too much entertainment. But the first book is 3 Wishes by Liane Moriarty. I don't have physical copies to hold up because I rent them, so I don't, it's just like an ebook. But it was about like adult triplets and a year kind of in their life. So you really got to know like their different personalities, but then it was also fun because it had like anecdotes of people who had like encountered them. And because it's like 3 adult triplets that all look, or well, I think 2 of them are like identical and then 1 is not. So people just encountering them and being like, oh yeah, there were these 3 kids like at different stages of their life was really interesting. But you just like really got to know the characters, and just like stuff happened in a year in their life, and it was just kind of about life, but it was good, it was funny. It's the same author of Big Little Lies, so there wasn't like murder or anything in it, but I do really like that author. I'm actually reading another one of her books, and I've read quite a few of them, so but I do like it. And if you're looking for just kind of like, not necessarily like a lighthearted book, because there were more serious topics that it covered, but just a book that's not like really dark or anything like that. Like it was kind of a nice change of pace from other stuff that I've been reading, but I really liked that one. Next one is called My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing, and this one was like dark and creepy. Oh, I'll read the synopsis of it to not give too much away. Let me open. I also just did a blog post about the books that I've read so far in 2019, so I'll put a link to that post below, but these books are in there, so there's also a synopsis of that. Okay, so I read this book pretty quickly. So it says, Dexter meets Mr. and Mrs. Smith in this wildly compulsive debut thriller about a couple whose 15-year marriage has finally gotten too interesting. Our love story is simple. I met a gorgeous woman. We fell in love. We had kids. We moved to the suburbs. We told each other our biggest dreams and our darkest secrets. And then we got bored. We look like a normal couple. We're your neighbors, the parents of your kid's friend, the acquaintances you keep meaning to get dinner with. We all have secrets to keep a marriage alive. Ours just happens to be getting away with murder. Sorry, I'm not good at reading out loud, but yeah, and so it was really good, and then the twist was really interesting, and I liked it very much. So I would recommend it if you like stuff like that. And then the last thing in entertainment is Waitress the musical. So I did technically talk about this soundtrack. I think it was probably like last summer, but I finally saw the actual musical in person. It was actually my birthday present. Like, my birthday's in April, but it was here this summer, so we went in August and I really enjoyed it. Like, it was fun to like know the music, but being able to like see everything for the first time and see like the choreography and everything that was going on, it was really beautiful. And like, I'm a baker, so it was funny just to see, but they used like flour, like poofs of flour and like slow movement, and just, it was really good, and the story was really good, and it was really funny when people didn't know, like, not really like the twist, but there was like a visible gasp in the audience, and I was like, oh well, people definitely haven't seen the movie, because it is based on a movie, which I'd listened to the soundtrack first and then watched the movie because I had no idea what was going on. And I was like, oh, okay. But now, like, seeing it in person, it's probably one of my favorite musicals, and I would definitely go see it again. It definitely made me tear up at the end, but I love the music, and if it's coming to your area, I would definitely recommend it. Okay, let's do beauty before I forget, because I didn't have it written down. And if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So this lip gloss is what I'm wearing right now. I believe I got it with points at Sephora. It's the Bare Minerals Gen Nude in Everything. So this is what it looks like. It's a little sticky. Like, I have a Clinique one that I've talked about that isn't very sticky. It just kind of like slides around on your lips, whereas this has a little bit of a stickiness to it, but it does last a really long time, and the applicator is the same on both sides, so it's not like you have a front and a back. So it's just kind of like curved, but both sides are the same. So it's nice to be able to like do the bottom and then do the top without having to like get more or anything like that. But ooh, has a nice squeak to it, but I'm really liking it, and I've been wearing it quite a bit lately. Oops, sorry, keep my light. Next is a YouTuber, which I kind of went down like the Disney like audition rabbit hole kind of. So I came across this person, Jess Medley. So she is currently working as like an equity singer in Walt Disney World, and so I'll link her channel and everything, and you can go figure out what she does. I don't want to give anything away, but it's just really interesting to me, like the process of auditions and stuff like that. And she shares like as much as she can, or as much as she feels comfortable with, but I'm just very much interested in that side of things. Like, I love music theater, if you can't tell, and like I wish that I would have had a better voice to be able to pursue stuff like that. That I just am like living vicariously through people who are doing that. But she's just really like, she seems really nice and happy and positive, especially in like the entertainment industry where you're constantly going for auditions and dealing with rejection and stuff like that. But just in terms of seeing like those types of roles in Walt Disney World is really interesting to me. I don't really know how to explain it, but I've watched a bunch of her videos now, and if you kind of are interested in that, definitely go check her out. She does kind of make me feel old though, because I feel like I was kind of like her around her age, or maybe a little bit younger, and I've kind of like calmed down a little bit. But I just wish that I could do that. Like, I don't know if I could do anything in Walt Disney World, like I think it'd be really fun to be a performer. So, and not necessarily like a princess. Number one, I'm probably too short, but just something else there. I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, next is like food and recipes. So the first one is an overnight oats recipe that I've had a bunch this past month. I will start it by saying that I have a very weird, like, almost like texture thing with food. Like, I get sick of foods really fast, and then they like make me want to gag, and I like can't make myself eat them. And for the longest time I haven't been able to eat like oatmeal. Like, I just can't do the consistency of it. But this I feel like I've gotten over the hump of like getting used to it, that now I can eat it. And like when I first started eating it, I couldn't eat all of it. So it is a peanut butter cup overnight oats. So it has oats, like your milk of choice. We put almond milk in it, chia seeds, flax seeds, peanut butter, unsweetened or like shredded coconut, what else? A little bit of maple syrup. I think that's it. I'll leave the recipe down below. But I know the recipe off the top of my head now that I can make it really quickly. And I just do it the night before, leave it in the fridge, and then, so I do it for my husband and I, and he will eat it cold, but I can't do that. So I heat it up, I slice up a banana with it just to give me like a different texture in it. And then I also sprinkle some chocolate chips on it because like, why not add some more chocolate? There's also cocoa powder in it, which makes it the chocolate peanut butter. But it's really good, and it's like really fast because you don't really have to cook anything. I heat it up for like a minute and 20 seconds, and while I'm doing that I get like the chocolate chips and I get the banana ready and everything like that. But it's really good and I would definitely recommend it. And then next is a fish tacos recipe that we found on Pinterest. Again, I will have everything linked down below and also in the coordinating blog post, which you can find a link to down below. But it has a like cabbage slaw and a lime crema that's like sour cream with like lime juice and stuff. And it's like not breaded fish, but just like spiced white fish that you bake, and then you kind of like pull it apart so it's not like there's a chunk of fish. But it's really good and very fresh tasting. It kind of like reminds me of summer. But I am weird with white fish, like it needs to have flavor to it, so this way it's very flavorful that I can eat it, and it's just really yummy. So if you like fish tacos, make sure to check out this recipe. And then the last thing is a priceless item, which like definitely was expensive, and it's gonna be really cheesy, but it was going to see the Jonas Brothers in concert again. I was one of those people that I just thought that they were done, and I thought that I would never see them again like together. And so getting to see them in concert, like, and just like how much like I had the friggin' time of my life, like me and my sister, I like was rocking out. It was perfect. And but just to see like how much they enjoyed it and how grateful they were for like the opportunity to do this again, just like was really special. And it was really expensive, but I think that it was worth it, and I wish I had more money that I could go see them when they come back to Toronto in November, because I totally would, even if it was the exact same concert, because I had so much fun and just loved it. So yeah. Do you feel like that with any, like, not necessarily, well, I guess like people who have had their heyday and then are still like Backstreet Boys or like Hanson or anything like that? Let me know down below, because the Jonas Brothers were like my obsession. So not really surprising that I'm still obsessing as they've come back. But yeah, those are my favorites for August. Let me know what you enjoyed during the month of August in the comments below, and if you want to answer any of the questions I kind of threw out there throughout the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye.